Hey guys, I'm Erik Peterson, and I'm a men's dating and relationship coach for skillofattraction.com. And today's coaching video is called You Must Stand Up for Yourself. Now, as many of you know, that these coaching videos is when one of you guys writes into me, and if I think it's a question that will benefit my subscribers in the YouTube viewing community, I answer the question in a video. And in this particular email I got from a viewer, he's been with his girlfriend for 9 months, and it seems the last several months has been just really stressful, and she's always bitchy with him and accusing him of things, and he's really just at his wit's end with the whole thing. So we're going to go through his email to see if he could clean up his game a little bit and get things back on track. But if you guys have any questions, please feel free to send me an email. All you have to do is head over to my website at skillofattraction.com, click on the contact tab, and shoot me a message from there. All I ask is that you keep your email to me rather short and concise. Just stick to the important things, because I just don't have time to go through these long emails. So really 1 to 2 paragraphs max. And just so you know, I do have to take care of my paying clients first, but if you're just a little patient, I will get back to you in a few days. Now, if you need to get in touch with me right away, the best way to do that is, again, head to my website at skillofattraction.com, click on the coaching tab, and there I have several options for you to choose from. I offer emergency email coaching, and I also offer monthly coaching, where I will work with you throughout the month to try to get whatever relationship issue you're having turned around and get you back on track. With that, let's get on to the email. He says, "Hey Erik, I've been with my girlfriend for 9 months. I love her perhaps too much. Since the start, she's always been hard to handle. She's sensitive and gets upset over the slightest things." Well, I think you already see what part of the problem is here. And I mean, you said that perhaps you love her too much. And this tells me that you're way too focused on her and the relationship. And this happens quite a bit. And part of it is how we're conditioned by society and movies that make us think that this is what men are supposed to do. But this is actually feminine energy, and it's going to repel feminine women when you're too focused on the relationship. That's really her job. And what so many people don't understand, it's the polarization of masculine versus feminine energy that creates that magical, intense passion. And it's not being more of the same, it's being more different. I don't mean that you don't have things in common and don't share similar interests. What I mean is the masculine versus the feminine. He continues here, "She left me about 4 months ago for not choosing between her and a platonic girlfriend of mine, 5 years of friendship, which she took as me choosing the friend over her." Well, this is really her trying to control and manipulate what you do in a way that she's trying to get you to do what she wants you to do. And she's using these tactics as a way to control and manipulate you. She may not be consciously thinking this, but this is really what it is. After 2 months of no contact, she came back saying that she misses me, she still loves me, but we still can't be together. Fast forward a month of her being super affectionate with me and cold. She kept pulling back. We got back together, but with a lot of problems. Well, she came back to you because you remaining strong during no contact, you were really exhibiting that masculine energy I was just talking about. Therefore, her attraction for you began to grow again. However, somewhere in here, you were more than likely being a bit too easy, too compliant, maybe too available, which started to cause her to back off again. That's why she's so unsure. What I believe is happening here, you're going back and forth between being masculine and being feminine. And that's causing her to be like, I'm not sure. She kept and she keeps bringing up past mistakes. Also, she made worse mistakes, such as flirting with a common friend while we were apart and playing around with him in front of me, which she denied and claimed that I was just seeing things. They were just friends. A couple days ago, she left me because she found a 15-day-old message of this girl who we fought about her previously. And the message was literally about the World Cup. And I didn't even start that short conversation. I just replied to the girl. She also always refuses to give me her phone while I give it to her with no hesitation. I think what he means is he gives her his phone without a hesitation, but she won't give him her phone. And that's why we fought so many times, because she ends up finding something to leave me for in my phone. Again, this is her trying to control and manipulate you. And her finding things in there, it's really her looking for excuses to end the relationship. And it's because you're not standing up for yourself. And I wouldn't give her your phone anymore until she at least does it too. I mean, I understand you're trying to reassure her and lead by example, but this is a two-way street. Plus, she's telling you that you were just seeing things with that other guy. I mean, maybe you were blown a little out of proportion. I don't know. But usually, unless you're completely insecure, usually when you have a hunch, your hunch is right. And you know what you saw. I've never done anything bad to this girl, but she keeps leaving me, and I really love her, but I'm starting to think that moving on is the only option. But what about the pain of seeing her with someone else? Worse, what if she goes with that common friend again? I don't want that pain back. Well, unfortunately, there's not a lot you could do about that if you guys split up. Besides just avoid her completely, but that would make you look weak too. So you're kind of stuck with that. He says, P.S. My girl used to party a lot. Now with summer starting, she was planning to start clubbing with her friends again, which I refused. That's for singles. She accepted my terms, but I feel like it has something to do with it, since I'm going back to my city for 1 to 2 months, and we were about to be in a long distance relationship for 2 months. Was I too weak that she got over me and she wants to be single again? Well, for one thing, with the clubbing, I mean, I wouldn't try to control her. I mean, I'm not saying that you shouldn't voice your concern about it or say that you really don't want her to do it, but I would not forbid her, because you can't control her. She's going to do what she wants to do, and if you try to forbid her or something like that, she's just going to go behind your back, and then you won't be able to trust her. So, I mean, I would let her, give her enough rope to hang herself and just let her go, or join her. I mean, I'm in my mid-40s with my ex-girlfriend. I used to go out dancing with her all the time. It's not a big deal. And girls love dancing. But anyway, what's going on here is that you're not really standing up for yourself. It may seem like it because you're arguing with her, but either you're not being firm enough, or you're not being consistent with what you say and what you do. Meaning that you're telling her one thing, but your actions are saying something else. So she's basically testing you to see what you're made of. And all women do this. It's just part of their nature. And most of it is unconscious. I mean, some of it is conscious, but most of it is unconscious. And it's just part of their nature. And women are going to do this throughout the entire relationship. When you pass most of her tests, she's not going to test you as much. When you fail most of her tests, she's just going to keep testing you and just keep coming at you. And women are a little ruthless like that. And it's really designed to get us to start being the man that they know that we are. So, and when women begin to act bitchy and disrespectful on a regular basis, I'm not talking about if she has had a stressful day or a stressful week and she has an emotional outburst here and there. I'm talking about when she's like this on a consistent basis. And really what this means, it's a clear sign that you're not passing her tests, and basically you're showing up weak in her eyes. And all that bitchiness and disrespect is going to continue until you either stand up for yourself or until she has totally lost all attraction for you and ends up leaving you. And as of right now, from what you've shared here, it seems that you're giving her all the power, or at least most of the power here. And you have to understand, women do not want the power. They may say that they want the power, but as soon as you give it to them, they're going to lose all attraction for you. And women just, they have no respect for men that give away all their power. I was just reading an article the other day. It was on the Rational Male blog for you Rollo Tomasi fans, and it was an article from a couple years ago, but it was interesting. It was talking about this middle-aged woman who has lost all sexual desire for her husband, and she was on this woman's talk show, and they're all, you know, telling her, oh, well, this is a normal part of marriage and this stage of life, and you have children and yada yada yada. And all the guys that understand this stuff, you know, we're shaking our heads like, no, it's not. And even in the article they were talking about is, it's really the way the guy is showing up. And if you want to give the girl that you're with, if you want to give her those tingles, you have to be a man. And if you're not, she's going to lose all sexual desire. And that's just how it goes. It's part of nature. So what you have to do here, especially with this controlling jealousy BS, is you need to put your foot down and be firm with her. And I'm not saying that you should be argumentative or be a dick. In fact, you want to be calm and centered and loving, but firm. And I mean, you could tell her something like, look, I love you. There are no other women. There never has been. Yes, I have some female friends, and that's just the way it is. If you have a problem with that, you know where the door is. But I'm not going to continue to tolerate these accusations and jealous behavior. And I mean, if you're not used to standing up for yourself this way, especially with a woman that you love, it can be difficult because, you know, as guys, we don't, especially during rocky times, we don't want to make it worse. We don't want to cause more drama. And so a lot of guys think that, well, if I just don't say anything, or if I just back off, you know, she will forget about it and move on, and that won't happen. It won't. So you need to stand up for yourself, and it's going to be a bit scary at first if you're not used to it, like I said, but by you doing that, she's either going to shape up or she's going to ship out. And she may put up a little bit of resistance at first. You know, she may be like, well, fine. And you won't hear from her for a couple days, but just stay strong. And like I said, either she's going to shape up or she's going to ship out. And if she ships out, then you know it would have never worked anyway. I mean, you're already at the end of your rope as it is, and you need to set some clear boundaries and be congruent with that. And what I mean there is you need to stick with it, because even setting your boundaries once, she's going to see how strong you are with that. She's going to come at you a couple different times, and it may be right away, or it may be years down the road. Maybe you get married to her, and years down the road, she's going to try the same thing. And like I said, a lot of times it's usually not conscious at all. But she's going to test those boundaries, and if you don't stay strong to it, she's going to push even further, and it's just going to get worse. So you need to stand up for yourself. And like I said, you don't need to be a dick. You just have to be centered and loving, but firm. So if you guys have found this video helpful, or any of my videos helpful, I would really appreciate a thumbs up, and for you to share it with any of your friends and family who may also find it helpful. And I would also really appreciate if you hit the subscribe button down below and tick that little bell symbol that's next to it so you get real-time notifications of when I upload new videos. And in the description down below, I will put a link to my contact page and a link to my coaching page if you guys need to get in touch with me. And I also will have a link to PayPal if you found this video of value and you would like to make a donation. I'd really appreciate it. But thank you for watching the entire video, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Have a good one. Bye-bye.